Aimblox is my new favorite FPS on Roblox, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, you may be asking, what is Aimblox? Aimblox is a game made by Novelty Studios, the same people who made Bandit Simulator and Wild Revolvers. They teamed up with Aim Labs to make their own Roblox game. I thought it was silly, but then after I actually tried the game, oh my god, I love it. First of all, I want to talk about the guns. There's over 30 guns in Aimblox. I don't know exactly how many there are. It's like 33, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not exactly sure. I can't be asked to count. Every single gun goes by their own star rating. The star rating is just a fancy way of saying how good the gun performs. I don't think it's completely accurate because the Supernova is a 5-star and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But nonetheless, there's like 32 guns and it's very close to Arsenal. You know Arsenal's loadout, they have like over 200 guns. It's kind of like that. There's just a bunch of different guns from crossbow to just a 9mm to like a PP Bison. Currently every gun is unique, but that might change in the future because the more guns you add, more guns are going to be the same, you know. But what's really interesting is actually the gunplay and how the guns work. Now the gunplay is kind of like COD and CSGO morphed together into one. Except how you move doesn't matter about the accuracy of the gun when you're hip firing. Since most guns are practically 90% accurate at all times, it leads to choosing whether you want to hip fire or whether you want to aim in whenever you're playing. Now I may be wrong about this, but I've been playing this for the last few days and I've started to notice that the guns that are usually more accurate when you scope in will also be more accurate whenever you're not scoped in and hip firing. This way, guns like the M60 will be pretty inaccurate compared to a sniper, which will be pretty accurate whenever you're hip firing. Now this is pretty funny because we're taking what you already learned from video games and reversing it completely. Snipers are now deadly accurate hip fire, and guns like the M4A1 will not be accurate as much. And because of that, this comes back to what I was saying before about aiming in or just hip firing. Now the differences between aiming in and hip firing are this. When hip firing, you will be not exactly 100% accurate. No matter what you see, it'll at least be 99.9% accurate as of what I've seen. While scoping in, you'll be 100% accurate and basically like a laser beam. Speaking of a laser beam, Aimblox has horizontal recoil. After my testing, I've seen that every single gun will always shoot in a 7 or a reverse 7. This makes aiming in kind of look like a laser beam because there is no vertical recoil. Everything after the first 5 shots, from what I've seen, will turn into horizontal recoil that you have to control back and forth. This being said, aiming in does decrease your movement drastically, whilst hip firing doesn't. And you may be asking, why would that matter so much? Well, let's get into movement, my favorite part of the game. Have you heard or played Call of Duty, a boots on the ground shooter? You have? Great. Have you played Titanfall, a movement-based shooter? If you answered yes to both of those, I present to you Aimblox, the child of Call of Duty and Titanfall on crack. In Titanfall 2, you can double jump, wall run, slide, and even grenade boost if you're good enough. Whilst in Call of Duty, you mainly just have sliding. Fun fact, Aimblox just has sliding, but the way you slide is what makes it special. Now I'm not exactly sure what performance-enhancing drugs my character took whilst playing Aimblox, but this guy sure does know how to slide. Now combine the fact that you already slide basically 20 feet in front of you and make the ground ice. That's where Aimblox's movement is at right now. And I love it personally. This turns the game from a camping, everyone can laser everyone type game to a run and gunner's paradise. Here, let me explain. Here's a simple clip. It doesn't exactly involve camping, but it kind of visualizes to you what I mean by a run and gunner's paradise. So in this clip, I'm cruising around trying to find kills, and I find this guy that just spawned. To my surprise, there's a guy right behind him, and I want you at home to put in the comments what you think is going to happen.
What you expect, my jewelry?
Now if you picked I'm just going to shoot him and kill him, you were wrong. You're forgetting that this is Aimblox. Now what you saw there may confuse you because I wasn't sliding, and I'm genuinely sorry. I hid probably my favorite mechanic in this game, dashing. Dashing is when you perform a slide in midair after jumping. When I first played, I was worried that this was a bug, and it was super disappointing to me that this would probably get patched. But after joining the Discord and watching some of the dev streams, I've realized that this isn't a bug and it's an intentional feature. This being said, I did participate in a map test and it looked like sliding might get nerfed, which is kind of a turnoff to me, but we'll have to see when it actually comes out. What I mean by that is currently the game is in beta, and it seems to be in beta until December by what I've heard from dev streams. And a lot of things, if not everything, will be getting an overhaul except for visual effects like guns I assume are going to stay the same. since they are already modeled very beautifully. But until then, enjoy the game while it is now. I think it's extremely fun, and I think you should jump into it if you like fast-paced shooters. And thank you Novelty Studios for making such an amazing Roblox game. It's interesting to see what Roblox can become when you get a bunch of great developers to be backed by an amazing company.
Bye, too.